उसके बाद में इसको तो सुनाई नहीं देना तो क्या करो अरे राम की है
Good afternoon, sir.
Are we going to get any more students today?
Sir?
Are we going to get any more students today? Because Mrunalini said she has to go to clinic.
Acha. Okay, sir. I will inform in our personal group.
Yeah, just check if others are joining.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Nobody else has joined.
Yes, sir.
What about Ramya? She was there in the previous classes, and
Yes, sir.
she is also not joining. You have a Ramya's number.
Yes, sir.
You want to call her?
Okay, sir. Wait, sir.
Yeah.
Tada. Sir, she is coming, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Do you have Shubham's number?
Yes, sir. Ramya is coming, sir.
And what about Shubham?
Wait, sir. Can I call, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sure, sir.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, Saurabh. Welcome, Ramya.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Thanks for the punctuality. Okay. So I hope I'll see you till the end of the class. And okay, so we were. I think you have not been Mohit, Ramya, Saurabh. Okay.
Sir, Shubham is busy with some work, sir.
Okay. Fine. So we were on resource management. So one second. This I don't know why how to hide this pop-up. It blocks my screen. That's like okay. So we have completed some of the processes. So we did the process of acquire a team yesterday. So now we are looking no, not manage team actually. We were this is develop team. Yeah. Okay. So can one of you read this? I'll tell you who can read this. So somebody who's new. Mohit, I have not seen you very often. So do you want to read this slide for me? Yeah, please read this.
Develop team is the process of improving competencies, team member interactions, and the
Hmm.
overall team environment to enhance project performance. Key benefit it results in improved teamwork, enhanced interpersonal skills and competencies, motivated employees, reduced attritions, and improved overall project management.
Okay. So develop team is about helping the team to grow. It can help them grow in the skills, technical skills as well as soft skills, and they can also, and leadership is also part of the soft skills. So when the team gets a sense, when team members, including the project manager, they find that they are growing in a particular environment, the chances of leaving are less because apart from the salary, the opportunity to grow is a very important, uh, you know, factor in controlling the attrition. So uh, it is not easy for any project team to let go a person in the middle of a project. Therefore, controlling the attrition is very important. If there is attrition in the project, uh, the project team gets a setback of 2 months because it takes 2 months to hire a new person and get him up to speed, uh, because uh, wherever you are going to get the refill or backfill, the person has to serve a notice period in his current organization, and uh, after serving that notice period, when that person joins the project team, he has to understand the project, and that will easily take 1 month. Therefore, developing a team is very important, uh, and will these are things. Okay, these are the things that can be used to develop a team. Do you want to read this, Mohit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and read this for the class.
Co-location, virtual teams, communication technology, sharing portal, video conferencing, audio conferencing, email chat, interpersonal and team skills, conflict management, influencing, motivation, negotiation, team building, recognition and rewards, training, individual and team assessments, meetings.
Okay, so normally I don't include the tools and techniques, but in an exception case, they might be included. Uh, is Some of the other knowledge area processes, the tools and techniques have been very generic and they did not make any sense, so I did not cover that. But in this case, they're not so generic. So in other cases, they included things like expert judgment, etc., which was too much of a motherhood statements. But here, the keywords are divided into different sections. So these are the concepts that are applicable whenever there is a use of uh, uh, any uh, you know processes for developing a team. So I'm not going to ask you a question, list all the tools and techniques. But what can be done is, if there is a situation given, any case like given, then you may be asked to plan a, uh, you know, plan something for the team for development so that the attrition can be reduced, or the team can be up to speed faster. So, for providing a training, what can be used? So, this becomes more relevant in the COVID times, that uh, you can make use of portals, uh, you can make use of audio video conferencing, uh, online email chat can be used more often rather than face to face. The teams can be work in virtual mode, and they can also, in the normal times, they can work in co-location mode. And the soft skills that can be developed, it can be a very long laundry list, but the important skills would be communication. So I'm not going strictly by the list that is going out here. The three most important points under soft skills would be communication, leadership, and team building. And you can add more and more points, as many as you want to. The list can be endless. And then to as part of recognition rewards is also part of team management. You can include it in the develop team as well, so that you can motivate the employees. And yeah, so training can be, you might have undergone, or you might have a topic in the HR on training, and there can be different modes of training. It can be in class training, it can be self-paced training, or it can be online real-time training, etc. It can be on-the-job training, or it can be coaching as well. Fine. So let's take a look at the caselet that I have picked from a discussion forum. Uh, I have, okay, this is not about development. Okay, so those who can open this link, please open it on your device, and others can read from the screen. But the disadvantage of reading from the screen is that the font is small when it is read on the Google Meet. And maybe one of you can read the question for the benefit of the class. Who would like to read? Ramya. Ramya, can you read this question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Does a PM need qualifications and training? Does a PM need qualifications and training, or can a good PM grow and evolve into the role based on just good experience and observation with no exposure to the theory? What are the risks that such an approach can introduce?
Okay, so now there are 9 answers. So this is looks like a very interesting topic, but we will not go through all the answers. Let's consider only the first two answers. So, okay. So Mohit and Monica, you can take a look at the first answer, and Ramya and Saurabh, you can take a look at the second answer.
Okay.
And I will keep the first answer on the screen. I can't keep both the answers on the screen at the same time. And now it is 2 p.m. 18 minutes, 14:18 that is. So we can have 3 minutes allocated to reading. So maybe at 14:22 we will start discussing the answer. So those who have not been in the previous classes, what you are supposed to do is you are supposed to read these answers. So I'll just again say that Mohit and Monica, you will be reading the first answer, starting with qualifications are not necessary. And Ramya, oh, somebody dropped out. Saurabh dropped out. Ah, okay. So Ramya, you will be reading the second one. It starts with can't hurt and it might help. And then you have to restate the answer in your own words with your own interpretation and own paraphrasing. Okay. So actually, we spent 1 minute in talking. So 14:23 we will resume. You take your 3 minutes and we will not discuss anything in those 3 minutes. I hope all of you can read it from your device as well.
Sir, can you please highlight which is the first answer we have to read out and like, we have to explain? Sir, can you please highlight the statements? Actually, I'm not able to recognize which is the first answer. Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Can we start now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mohit, you would like to present the first answer. So the question, I'll read it again. So somebody is asking, does a PM need to have qualifications and training for the PM job? Obviously. So
Yes, sir.
yeah. So can you state what is the first response? But don't read the answer. You have to present it in your with your
Yes, sure,
interpretation.
sir. So in this answer, it is saying that we can learn in the job, we can learn project management in the job, but the fundamentals will be missing while doing the job, and we'll make the silly mistakes while doing it. So to avoid those mistakes, we need both fundamentals and experience so that we can do better project management. And the
Okay.
PMI is like uh, make some modules and some courses like that so that we can have both fundamental knowledge and experience. And once we get fully prepared, we can rush on to the project management.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So, though I had asked Monica, do you want to add anything?
Yes, sir. For educationless people, also project manager will manage because of his knowledge. Doing projects, he will gain knowledge, but main fundamentals he will miss, sir. Index for entering the data, presenting the data.
Okay, fine. So now, so second question. So, Ramya, you want to go ahead with this? Second answer. Ramya, you are on mute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you want to go ahead with the second answer?
Yes, sir, is one benefit that humans. Sir, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you have to present the answer, not read it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir,
There's a small crackle sound at your end.
sir.
There's a small crackling sound.
No, sir. I think there is nothing, sir. Sir,
Yeah, now that sound is gone, but then you are on the mute. What happened? Why is there is something happening at your end?
sir. No, sir.
Uh, are you traveling or are you close to something which is causing an interference?
No, sir.
Uh, Too much of a disturbance. Okay, leave it. So what the second answer is saying is that you know human beings have the capability of learning from prior experience and mistakes of others. So why not use that? And that is the very objective of frameworks through PMBOK or through Prince certification. And but of course, on the job learning is equally important or definitely a must. So one cannot totally rely on the training, but nevertheless, it is definitely going to help you if you follow a standardized framework like PMBOK or Prince. And as far as job is concerned, certification by itself may not get you a job. For the job, it will require project management experience. So that is the interpretation of the second question. So the reason why I've taken it is because we need to have some caselet kind of situations in the assessment process in the exams, and these are pretty good questions. So having had I discussed the point in the class, you will find it easier at the time of the exam to answer these. Okay, so next point. Um, there was one more actually case that I think I need to open that, and that was this one. Yeah, this was the one. So yeah, so Monica, can you read this question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please read this.
The problems. As an employee in a big organization, I frequently experience the uncertainties associated with a general lack of domain knowledge and understanding of the big picture and the wider company process that are beyond an individual's assignment as a software developer.
Yeah,
The
go ahead.
question
Yeah.
the question, do companies generally speaking have the mindset that it is better spending time upfront training employees and providing them with a bird's eye view of the company process and the required domain knowledge given the application domain the employee will be working on? Based on my experience with big companies, apparently it is a common accepted practice to just drop an employee in the sea of unknowns, so that it is the employee itself who finds all answers as needed, no matter the level of stress and lack of productivity that it entails. What we are talking about here, is this simply that when organizations are so large, things get out of control and there is no other way of operation? Or are we talking about need to know basis? Or is it simply that from a perspective, it is accepted that is just too expensive to train every employee that customers into an organization? I'm of the school that spending time up front, providing domain knowledge and giving employees bird's eye view of company's process are worth the expenditure. I wanted to get opinions from other project managers that may have better insights than me. Thank you.
Okay, so there are three answers to this. So
Okay,
since
sir.
we have already done this, we'll do only one answer. No. So all three of you can take a look at this, and maybe all three of you can contribute 1 point each from this answer. So we'll give it maybe another 2 3 minutes. So 14:36, we'll get back. So the reason why I'm open, these are very good collection of discussion points. Some of these might come into the exam. So I'm giving exposure to that. So please go through this. So all three of you can give me 1 point from this answer. Okay, so shall we start? Who would like to go first? Ramya has dropped out. No, Ramya is back. Good. Ramya, can you mm,
Sir, actually, there is some signal issue, sir. I can't
yeah,
uh,
I know. Okay, looks like
see.
we have device issue. Okay, you can go on mute.
Sir, sir.
You can go on mute. Yeah. So, Monica, you can present this answer, and then Mohit can add another point to that answer. You
Okay,
can just
sir.
state one point that you have figured out from the answer.
Yes, sir. I'm figuring out. First of all, organization wants employees while taking. First, they will give training, sir. Organization will give training, sir. People after they will take employees after completing training. Here, two tasks are for employees: strategic and tactical. For whatever rank in the organization will have employee, uh, they will he will have lower rank means he will have uh, proper knowledge skills, and he will have some goals, sir. Suppose if for employee have higher rank means he will think before only. I know this point, I know this work. I don't want to learn, I don't want to work also. Like this strategically he will do, sir. Employee, those things are I have find big good, sir.
Okay. So, Mohit, you want to have a go at this answer? Okay, thank you, um, Monica.
Okay, sir.
And Mohit,
Yes, sir.
you want to
So here,
explain, you want
is
to add more?
sir, it is very impossible. It is very near to impossible to like. Sorry, just a second, sir. Huh. It is near to impossible to measure the performance after training of the employees. So here is basically a measure to take. Like we can divide them in two basic fundamental like sorry two basic parameters, that is tactical and strategic. One could be tactical, which can be the lower ranked employees, and the strategical. So we have to move our employees to from tactical to strategical, maybe thinking and the work performance. So
Hmm.
here
Okay,
same.
fine. Let me do the honors. Okay, so one is the 2 points that this guy is making. One is whether you can really measure the effectiveness of the training, because any assessment that you do after the training, those scores can never be linked to the productivity. So whether spending any money on the training is useful in the for the productivity or towards the productivity cannot be uh, concluded. And so there are two costs in whenever the training is being done. One is preparing the content and the cost of the trainer, and then other is the time away of the employees to attend the training. And the other point that he is making is that employees at tactical level, and there are employees at a uh, strategy level, the senior, the top management. So the employees who are working at tactical level, operational level, they may not benefit from domain knowledge or the company processes. And the ones who are at a strategy level, they are already expected to have the domain knowledge, because that is why they are at a in the top management. So this is his take. So it's not that he has to be right, but this is an important perspective to consider. Sometimes, in some situations, this may be a right answer. So we'll now proceed further. Where is my PPT? So we had discussions on 2 points. One is the project manager training, and then training on the domain. But there can be many other points related to the training. There could be a point on soft skills. There could be a point. on the you know the technology used for the training. Whether it should be self-paced or whether it should be real time, etc. Okay, so there's nothing much in the output, nothing important, I would say. These are all rhetoric and generic things. Okay, so Monica, you can read this for the class. Manage team.
Okay, sir. Manage team is the process of tracking team member performance, providing feedback, resolving issues, and managing team changes to optimize project performance. Key benefit: it influences team behavior, manages conflict, and resolve issues.
Okay, manage team is basically supervising the team, but manage is the right word. Supervise is a kind of a synonym, but not a perfect synonym. And in the process of manage team, we will see that what are the tools and techniques that can be used. Not very good one. Not This has come from Pimbok.
Yes.
Not okay. Let me see in the output what is there. This is also I can't go into leadership styles because I think then I would if I have to go there, then I would require uh, help of a faculty member with done the content on organizational behavior and psychology. So I'll skip this. I can explain these terms, but they are, uh, you know, this is can digress perspective. You know what? See, how does a management process occur typically? So I'll tell you I'll open the, where is she? Should be here only. Okay. Anyway, I had not thought of this earlier. Okay. This happens with the goal setting. I'm going to zoom in more. It's going to have 360 degrees feedback. There'll be appraisal, and then there is going to be increments and promotions based on appraisal, and there can also be performance management uh, processes or improvement. So those who do not do well in the appraisals, they have to go for a through an improvement
Sir,
process.
risk taking, sir.
Yes.
Risk taking for management team, it is also one thing, sir. Risk taking.
No, we are not talking about, you know, uh, as part of resource management, we are not talking about management of teams.
Acha, okay.
So these are the overall directions in which they work. And now what we have out here is and I'll have a few more points. One second. Uh, okay. You know, employees may have to clear, you know, internal certifications, part of management, which is specific to the job. It can uh, management of teams will require essential, uh, you know, adherences. And I'll paste it in the Telegram. And essential adherence would be, companies will have guideline on the ethics. So employees have to prove that they understand the ethics policy. And employees will also undergo online course every year on harassment policies. So employees have to prove that they have understood it. Then, you know, there will be other uh, guidelines that the employees uh, have to understand and follow. It could be, dress code and blah blah blah. And now, in terms of manager, employee, or supervisor subordinate relationships, then these aspects come into picture. What we are seeing out here. Where is that? These are the leadership styles that we have. So these are the different styles. Each of them, they have you know theory behind that, explanation behind that. Uh, for example, what might be meant by delegating. Delegating is a style of a manager where he makes the employee do everything on their own. The manager himself doesn't do anything. So all the tasks that is there, they are done by the employees. Manager is never a doer. Everything is given to the employees. That is delegating. You delegate the task to somebody else. That is a style. So uh, delegation results in empowerment of the employee. It results in growth of the employee, but it may also result in mistakes because the employees may not be ready to do the task. So there are other styles as well. And then there's another topic, how the project manager gets his power. Power source. Power source can be for anyone. It can be for any manager, not just a project manager. So One is when we say reward, reward means the project manager has a way to influence the bonuses at the end of the year. So in that case, the employees will work because otherwise they may not be rewarded. Penalty. Penalty uh, is the opposite of reward. Penalty can be the project manager may give negative feedback about an employee or project team member, and that may impact the annual appraisal. So this is a negative reward. And one of the sources can be being expert. Expert means that the project manager is widely accepted as an expert of his area for that given application, for the given domain, for the given project area, and therefore people will listen to him because they know that project manager is superior to them. Formal means whatever project manager says, and in all situations project manager may not have a formal power, but then not listening, if he is given formal power, then not listening to the project manager can become insubordination, and in a private company organization insubordination is not allowed. And for that matter, most of the organizations will not allow that. But can you give me an example of an organization where insubordination can be very serious? What kind of organizations do not allow insubordination? So most of the militaries, they will not allow insubordination at all. Insubordination can result in termination from the job, and it can even result in imprisonment. So most of the defense forces, you and practically every country, insubordination is not allowed. Insubordination means blatantly refusing to follow the order. The order always has to be followed blindly, even if it is seems ethically incorrect. So a lot of time, war crimes happen, and the war crimes happen because some mandate has come from a superior to execute those actions. We will take up these leadership styles in the next class, or perhaps even after completing this particular unit of resource management. It requires a little in-depth understanding. We'll park it aside, and so I'll do some color coding for that. Okay, so what is the next topic out here? So we have time just for one point, and which is a discussion topic on managed team. And where are we? Okay, and on managed team. Okay, so it's 5 minutes, but I think I can take 2 minutes extra because we started almost 10 minutes late. So, Monica, you want to read this?
Okay, sir.
Read from the title. How can I manage?
How can I manage team distractions like chit chat? I work with a team of developers who are talented but often distract each other with chit chat. They can waste hours of the day with these 20 to 30 minute non project related jam sessions. Since I am PM on many of their projects, I get frustrated with the lack of focus, but I am not necessarily in the position to micromanage them or reprime them. Currently, I just kindly interrupt their chat with questions about progress on specific items. This helps them get back on track sometimes. Ideally, the developers would have expectations that would require them to stay focused and manage their own work. I get a lot of resistance from attempting to set up benchmarks due to the nature of the current projects and management structure. Even when I ask how long it might take to complete items, I get negative feedback which indicates a desire to suppress accountability, which incidentally facilitates a chit chat filled workday. So while I encourage the business management team to give me tools to establish career expectations, does anyone have a simple or clever way to keep people from overdoing the sympathetic chit chat?
Okay, so what this guy is saying is that the team is highly distracted. They take breaks, and during the breaks, they indulge in, you know, casual conversation, or they might be having a tea or cigarette break, or um they are totally digressed, and the team is not taking ownership on estimates. They are avoiding giving estimates. Uh, and when the estimates are not there, the either the accountability is not there or the ownership is not there. So because there are no estimates, so they are free to do the chit chats. So this is the issue that this guy is facing, and for which he is seeking response. And so his now chit chat can be both good and bad. So if it is taken too frequently, it can be bad, and but if it is taken to you know, rejuvenate in after a long break, a long working session, then it can be good, because then you maintain the productivity. So the answers are related to that, and there are five answers. So we will not look at the answers now, but we will take a look at the answers in the next session. And so we have 2 minutes and a little more. So tell me, what are the difficulties that you face in using Google Suite, Google Classroom? What are the issues in the Google? Because have to take a session for the new batch on Google, so I wanted to understand the difficulties being faced by you. Yeah, you have been using the Google Classroom for a while, right?
Yes, sir, we are using, we are not facing any problems, sir.
Okay. So, what are the features that you have used?
Sir, daily you are giving quiz, no, sir? Quiz for
Yeah.
scope management, resource management, project management.
Okay. So you are able to take those quizzes without any difficulty. No.
No, sir.
Okay. Fine. ठीक है. So that helps me. Yeah. Thank you. We'll close now.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,